not call that reality TV, I would call that fake TV. We will guide you, aka tell you what the fuck to do. If you've got something going on with a guy, even if you don't like him, you know, it's fine. Cameras more on you means more audience on you, more followers mean more money. Literally using you to their advantage. Hi, how are we? Hello, I am the Diary of a Hem and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, warm welcome. I am here on social media just to talk about life as a stripper, my life experience. If you are already a subscriber, welcome back, and if you haven't done it already, please subscribe. Today I'm going to talk about something quite big, something that I have experienced. It is my experience with reality TV, and I guess loads of people can be curious because a lot of people would love to do reality TV, and I'm here to spill the tea on reality TV. So let's get into the video. We're gonna talk about how did I get into it, why did I want to do reality TV, the casting process, how is it on set, the after reality TV, the mental health, the manipulation, and everything. So let's start by the beginning. Why did I want to do reality TV? What got me into it? 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. I was in a 9 to 5. First, I really liked it, and then I became very unhappy. It was loads of hours, very demanding job, and no loads of money. I know nothing happened for no reason. Everything happened for a reason, right? And then at that time, I was silly. I was seeing this guy. We were having, you know, sex. And unprotected, and that's something you should not do ever. And I got pregnant. Obviously, I was not going to keep a kid with someone that I didn't love. I was not in a good situation. I was living in a council flat, like, no offense, but people that lives in a council flat, but this is not the kind of life that I aspire for my kids, right? Obviously, I was going to go through an abortion. I was meant to come with me and that, and it comes the day of the abortion and it's not coming with me. It just like clicked in me. Like, I am tired of being this girl that is not confident, that is not chasing her dreams, that letting everyone walk all over her. I was just not where I wanted to be. I was not the person I wanted to be and always dream of being, and like doing acting classes, dance classes, going abroad, doing TV. I always dream of all of these, doing even YouTube, dreaming of so many things. So scared of starting everything. I was having no boundaries with men. I would let them like treat me like crap. Not like crap, but like I still had my like standards, but not to the level where I wanted to be. And I just had enough of people like, yeah, treating me bad. So when I had to go through the abortion on my own, obviously my best friend came with me, but obviously the guy let me down. I was like, enough is enough. I had enough. You know, there is always a point in life when you just switch and you're like, nah. I mean, I hope it will happen for you one day, because some people take ages to realize their worth or what they want to go after. It's like, I had enough of my life. I literally had enough of my life. And I don't know what came through my head. And I thought, I need a sort of like a life coach or someone to like coach me and like just to do better in my life. And this guy that I knew through social, and he was a coach. And he said, I'm not really doing any coaching anymore, but he said to me, I really would recommend you to read The Secret. I was like, okay, interesting. If you don't know The Secret, it's like a spiritual book, self-help book and that. So go and check it out. If you're a bit lost with your life, it can help. So I started to read this book, and this book changed my life. It changed the way I was seeing things. It's like I found this magic box, and I was like, oh my God, but yes. And then you have to write down your dreams and your goals, and you have to be positive. And it was such an environment that I had no idea about, because the way I grew up, we were not really like, yeah, think positive and positive things will happen in your life. Like, it was clearly not like that. In France, like, the positive thinking was really not a thing back then. Law of attraction and all that. So like, when I discovered all this, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I really started to apply everything that was being said in the book, right? And back then, I thought that I really wanted to do reality TV, because not that I wanted to do reality TV because it looks nice, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. It can open doors, not to everyone, but to some people, lucky enough, it can open many amazing doors. So I was like, I know I'm going to be on TV and people gonna appreciate me, and I'm gonna become big on social media, and I can do paid partnership and all this and that. So literally this is how I was like visualizing things, right? And so I can quit my job, blah 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 blah. So literally I put all my energy of being on TV. That's how I started. This is why I wanted to do reality TV, because I thought reality TV would lead me to other places, even acting or modeling or any like content creating, podcast, whatever. I was like, I can do all the creative things I always wanted to do because reality TV can open doors, right? So this is how I started to think of doing reality TV. Now let's go on the casting process. The way I did it, I personally contacted, because I was trying to look for castings, right? And bear in mind, at this point, I got casted twice or even 3 times for Love Island. And I was like, do you know what? If British TV doesn't work for me, let me try France. So again, the process that I'm talking about and the reality TV I'm talking about is French reality TV. I do not want to talk about the British or American or whatever, even if I think it's the same sort of way of being. I don't want to include them in this because I was not part of it, so I cannot talk about something that I don't know. So I'm going to talk about the French reality TV. And I could not see any casting going on or whatever. So I personally I was looking online of the producers of the biggest show that we have in France. I contacted all the producers and one of them responded to me, the biggest reality TV show in France. Contacted him, was I'm interested in TV and that. He responded to me. Luckily, he responded to me, right? And he was like, yeah, contact my casting director. So I've contacted blah, blah, blah. She asked me a few questions and then she was like, okay, can you just fill out this form and then I will contact you if you are any good. So this is how you usually start in a casting process. You fill out a form, either you see the casting online or someone is contacting you. There's always an online form where they ask you your name, your age, if you are single, and usually the question like what your friends would say about you, what type of person are you, your dreams, like just like these kind of questions. Where do you live, age, blah, 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 like the basics. Obviously pictures, because let's face it, reality TV look for a certain type of people. If they say they're more inclusive or whatever, not really. They've got a type in mind. So then that's the first process. Then if they like you, they call you on the phone or they've got a Skype call. It depends. Those days can be like straight away on the Skype call or the phone call, then a Skype call. So it really depends. But the way this happened, I had her on the phone, like my profile, obviously. Then I had her on the phone and she would literally ask me on the phone the same question that were on the phone. But obviously she needs to hear like if you like respond like quite quick, if you're funny, your tone of voice, your personality a bit more. Then if they like your personality, so on this one, then she offered me a Skype call. And once again, it was the same damn question. I was, oh my God, I'm so tired of repeating myself. And I did a Skype call and I didn't get the part. I don't know, maybe I was not the way they wanted. I don't know, I failed. I literally failed for that show. They don't tell you straight away, you wait and you wait and you wait. And sometimes I don't hear from them for months because until the end, sometimes they don't know who they're gonna keep, who they're gonna call last minute to out of the show, but not from the get-go, but maybe like in the middle of the show. So they never really tell you yes or no. You sort of know like once the show is done that you will never be called back. This one, it was a definite no. So then I still concentrated on my dreams, like went to the gym, like still doing my manifestation things and that. Funny enough, she called me, I think a month or 2 later, and she was like, are you still single? Do you still want to do TV and that? And I was like, yes, why not? I didn't say, but I was in a relationship at this point. I was like, yeah, depend what for. And then she started to tell me, oh, it's for this show. Also, if you want the full story, check my autobiography, link in the description box. There is all the deets. Part of this show, you need to be a bombshell, blah, blah, blah. You need to be single. And I lied. I was like, yes, I'm totally single. I obviously told my boyfriend back then, I was like, listen, I might not even get it. But you know, we've been together only for 1 month. I don't want to let an opportunity like walk past. And worst case, it would be like acting. I promise you that I would not kiss anyone or anything like that. I would just flirt around. But it would be like an acting job. He was cool with it. I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I mean, to people that are close to me, you know, obviously I lie to the production. So I did the same thing. She was like, fill out the form, please. So we did the form. We did the Skype call straight away. And this time I was good. The Skype call. And she was like, well, I would like to invite you to Paris, to our offices, so you can do the face-to-face on-camera casting. I was like, oh my God. Like, I have never done a casting in my life. Now I've done like so many casting. Like, it's not even a thing for me anymore. I mean, I still get scared, but that was No, I am lying. It was not my first face-to-face casting, because for Love Island, I went to the ITV studio twice, and that was petrifying. So I sort of knew what's going to happen. I was a bit more prepared, a bit more confident that for the Love Island casting. So at this time, it was Christmas time. I was down south in France, see my mom, and then I told her, I was like, oh my God, I have to go to Paris. And she was like, really, during Christmas time? I'm like, come on, blah, 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 it might be an opportunity. She's like, okay. So I literally went to Paris for the day. They bought me my tickets, booked a taxi to go to the offices, and then the same as Love Island, I was expecting, because in Love Island you have literally 5 or 6 people behind the camera. You have the producer, the casting assistant, whatever, the people filming. Is like, it's really intimidating. Like I was like, oh my God. And then she's like, follow me. And then I go into like a really, really small room with one little phone, like the same way I'm filming this, and her. And I was like, is anyone else coming? And she was like, no, it's just you and me. I was like, got this, oh my God, easy. After everything that I did, I was like, this is easy. And once again, she asked me the same damn question that she asked me. So I felt like a fucking parrot on repeat. But then it comes to a point where she's like, did you bring a bikini? I'm like, bikini who? Bikini what? What bikini? Oh, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, there is a bikini part where I'm just gonna ask you to dance in bikini. I was like, fuck, it's winter time. I've got no bikini. I'm clearly not shaved because I haven't seen my boyfriend in a long time. And we're in winter. So guys, I was not shaved anywhere. Armpits, down there, legs, because back then I didn't have the money to do laser. So I was not lasered at all. So I was hairy as a bear. How embarrassing. My underwear didn't match at all. I was like, is this a comedy show? But I still did the job, and I danced in front of her in underwear with hairy armpits and legs, and I danced on Anita. It was, yes, embarrassing. And weirdly, who do I see opening the door unannounced? The producer. I think it's weird, just on the time that I'm in underwear. I think they're just testing you to see if you're embarrassed being underwear in front of people, blah, blah, blah. Don't know if it was done on purpose or not. I can't confirm. I just found it very odd. But yeah, so then we did the casting. Was really well, and I left, and then she was like, I'll let you know what's going on. So that is the casting process. So now let's get into the pre-filming, what's going on. So first you have the wait. Again, you wait and you wait and you wait, and you don't hear from them because they've got meetings, they've got other people to cast, so it takes ages. So you wait, and then I received a call, and this is manifestation does work. It's not always the way you're expecting things to be delivered to you, but if you put your energy towards something, it does work. That could be another video. Let me down commenting below if you want me to talk about the things that I manifested in my life, how do I do, etc. So now, once they selected you, that you're part of the casting, they call you. The producer called me in person, and it starts, hi Em, just to let you know you're gonna be part of the casting. Everyone loved you. We can feel you're gonna be the star. Your casting video was amazing. We really want to make sure you're gonna have loads of energy. They make your head like this big thing, and you believe it. They're really good at it. They make you believe it. Like I was literally on cloud nine, like, oh my God, I'm gonna be this big superstar. Like you've got this star energy. And obviously I was naive. It was my first TV, you know, like I really believed it. But then with time you realize I say that to every one of the casting thing. They just want to make sure you're really pumped up and you're really ready to do anything for production. You know, they want you to be their little puppet, right? You're amazing, blah, blah, blah. Like literally making my head like this. And I was like, yes, my God, I'll do anything for you, you know? So that was the thing. Then they send you your contract. In terms of pay, when you're a non-famous person, you know, not a celebrity already, when you do reality TV, you get paid like minimum wage. So, but it's good because you go on holiday, you go somewhere nice. So I was getting paid to go on holiday, so I didn't mind this. But the thing is that, guys, you work like 24 hours a day. Not maybe 24 hours because you sleep, but as soon as you wake up until you go to bed, you are working. If you think doing reality TV is a holiday, get this off your mind. It doesn't feel like a holiday at all. It's very stressful, but we'll get into this point now. The filming thing. Once again, we're arriving to the place where we're staying at the villa or whatever, and you have a chat with a producer, etc. And like the thing that is said to us, even back then I was like, It was like, obviously we all want you to have a good time, blah, blah, blah. The show is about this, da, 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 da. And you start to say things like, you know, you have to be like good team player. You have to like listen to us. We will guide you. guide you, aka tell you what the fuck to do. And you know, obviously you don't have to, but they know how to speak to you, right? If you've got something going on with a guy, even if you don't like him, you know, it's fine. It means the camera is gonna be more on you. And obviously, you know what that means? The camera is more on you means more audience on you, more followers mean more money. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was like, got it. I mean, it does make sense, to be fair, but at this point, I feel like everything was genuine on TV, on reality TV, when like couples were together and that, when clearly not. I think some people like agree to be together and that, just say they've got more camera time on them. So that was the speech they gave us, and I was like, okay, all right, I see. And then the filming started, and at first, so we were like, it was sort of split between the girls. You could clearly tell it was like a younger crowd. And then me and my friend were a bit older. And the younger crowd had a really hard time get into the thing, talking to the guys and that. So production was sort of like counting on us. Would have someone from the production be like, go and speak to this guy. I overheard he really, really likes you. Maybe you should try out, say this and that. I believed it. I actually thought that he liked me. So I was like, okay, I'll try, blah, blah, blah. And all day long, I would hear, you are amazing. Thank God to you, you're here. Because if not, we would have not much to film because people are so boring and you're so fun. But once again, I would make my head like this and I would really think, I was like, wow, I'm going to be the star of the program. Once I'm going to get out of this, this is it. It's going to be all cameras on me. Everything's going to be on me. I'm going to be really successful in that. And then what I've noticed is that the younger crowd was more, I don't want to sound cliche and put everyone in boxes, but the young crowd was more like, you know, proper fake eyelashes, fake tan, fake boobs, more that like sort of vibe. The younger girls were more like that. Once everyone knew each other a bit more, the younger crowd started to come in and started to flirt and that. Slowly I could see like production not being too much on my case, if that makes sense. You would see on daily basis like little manipulation here and then. The person that was looking after us, trying for us, the girls, to argue, create drama for no reason. Tell you, oh, he likes you, or he said that and that. And then at the end of the day, you're like, did they really said that? You never really know, right? The thing, guys, if you think reality TV is like, you can just live your life on camera and just go with your day, it's not like that. It's set. They will tell you, okay, now we're gonna start breakfast. Now we're gonna go, for example, Christian and Bella, you're gonna go on a date, and then everything is set. Don't think like they go on a walk and suddenly, oh, there is a champagne basket. Everything is set. You have to wait a long time for everything to be prepared, for them to decide what you're gonna do. And you can't even talk about what you want. How many times with the guys, or even with the girls, would speak about random things that they'd be like, guys, we don't care about what you're saying of this. We have no interest in that. You need to talk about you, about like your relationship and this and the drama and blah, blah, blah. And it was so tiring because we talk about the same thing on loop. So there is loads of like things that are set. Obviously you're not an actor because you don't have a script, but it's not like fully reality. It's not fully reality. Things are set. Things are manipulated by the production, literally using you to their advantage. I don't call that reality TV, I would call that fake TV. It just felt fake, draining. It's a good adventure, it's a good experience overall because it made me realize I like to be in front of the camera. I like to be a character because I was not really me because I had a boyfriend, so I was like sort of playing a character. I like this whole atmosphere. I think the whole thing is really toxic because the one that are really famous in France, I believe, are the one that are really like sucking the production's ass. And I think it can be very damaging mentally because they're literally the production puppets. Production, they can do everything they want with them. So I think that's really toxic. Now let's get into the after reality TV. So I really thought that my face was going to be everywhere. And do you know what happened when the show came out? I was barely on camera. And I've realized how much they used me to get into the story they wanted from the start with another girl and another guy. And everyone was shocked. They were like, I don't understand. All the girls that were with me, they were like, I don't understand. I thought all the cameras were on you and suddenly you're not on there. Because I was not what they wanted. So they literally just used me and I was like, wow. I was shocked. That was one thing, is loads of manipulation. And you have all the trolls online. I had it okay, but I understand like on a certain level it can be very damaging. So if you really want to do reality TV, make sure like your mental health is strong, that you've got the shoulders to handle this, because people would have no shame to insult you. I did an interview with like a really big French YouTuber, and he asked me, why do you want to do TV? And I've explained, because I got pregnant, so I've realized a few things in my life. This is why I want to do TV extra. And the comment were like, you're trash. Like literally I got insulted so bad just because I had an abortion. Really the mentality, as if I commit a crime, or like I was this horrible person, like, and as if girls can't like have fun, you know, have like one night stand, and that can get really horrible. So if you're not strong mentally, I would definitely not recommend. Also, one thing that happened is that you think your life is gonna change. You have this thing in your head where like, my life is going to change, I'm going to do this and that. Then, well, clearly my life didn't change. It did change. That's what got me into stripping, but it didn't change the way I expected it. So you expect to be this famous person, like this popular person, and it's not always happening. You can see it even with Love Island. You have like one Molly May every few seasons, you know, and then you go back to reality, which can be hard for loads of people, you know. They can be very mentally challenging, and that, so I would really recommend, if you want to do TV, to think of all those things that I talk about. Make sure you understand that production wants to manipulate you, can be using you, that the after can become a bit hard because it's not always what you expect. You can have trolls online. Sometimes one thing is not always what we expect, and like it's not the way we picture it. Personally, that was my experience with the reality TV. If you want to know the full story, make sure you check out my autobiography. You can get it on Amazon. You can even download it on Kindle, or you can buy the hard copy. Link in the description box. And please leave me a like, a little comment. I always appreciate. And please make sure you look after yourself. I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye bye, and thank you so much for watching.